Well, Des Moines City Council continues to work on two ordinances that would modify how the city addresses homelessness. The first ordinance would ban camping and introduce a fine for sleeping in public spaces. Those found in violation would have to either pay $50 or complete community service. The second ordinance would reduce the number of days people have to remove their belongings from public spaces, going from 10 days down to 3. Local 5's Alex Fulton is here in studio after attending tonight's City Council meeting where the council took action on both those ordinances.
Yeah, that's right, Stephanie. There were a lot of groans and disappointed faces when Des Moines City Council advanced the two ordinances dealing with homelessness. I want to note that both will need to have a third vote by the council to take effect.
This will not solve any problems.
A packed council chamber as Des Moines City Council discussed two ordinances regarding the city's homelessness policy for the second time.
Tonight you're proposing ordinances that will directly harm some of the most marginalized people.
Since the last reading, the council came up with 7 directives for the city manager to consider before enforcing a camping ban. First, the city manager needs to work with homeless shelters to discuss their current practices and policies.
We have met with staff at the Central Iowa Shelter and Services. We've had good conversations about identifying what barriers exist.
An agreement must be made with an animal services organization to have a place for the homeless to keep their pets while they stay in a shelter.
There's cautionary concern from ARL, not knowing exactly the sheer numbers.
The city manager must identify storage facilities where homeless people can keep their belongings.
We are looking at providing storage at the Public Works facility. It's not close to other services. It's not accessible.
There needs to be a designated process for transporting homeless people to shelters.
Is the existing option that we provide today where the police will provide a ride to the shelter, is that what's going to satisfy folks?
Public restrooms will have to be added to city parking garages.
We are very quickly going to get 2 of those finalized, the locations, and get those installed.
The city will need to hire 4 outreach workers to work directly with the homeless population.
An outreach worker, a neighborhood inspector, and possibly police would all go together. They would be there together. The first person would be the contact would be the outreach worker.
Finally, the city has to hire a hearing officer to speed up hearings for those facing penalties for violating the camping ban.
This was identified as a weakness in the process when there are appeals that are registered.
City Council members instructed the city manager to continue working on these ordinances as well as other policies dealing with homelessness. They want a mental health team to be formed to work with homeless people refusing to leave public spaces. Also, council members would like to see a rental assistance fund be established for people to have a deposit on more permanent housing. Stephanie?